When God created us, He gave us all special gifts, special talents, abilities, different purposes in life. Whether it be a talented singer or a really good dancer, someone who is able to public speak, like their ability to articulate themselves and network and connect with people. I believe He blesses people with attractiveness, like the ability to attract people solely off of the way that they look. And just as we have like really famous pop stars, really famous musicians, really famous actresses, politicians, those people, when we look at them, it's so easy to call it what it is, as far as this person is gifted and they are exercising their talent, coupled with hard work, of course. I'm not saying their success is solely based off of their gifts and talents, but those gifts and talents, they use it to their benefit. They either exploit it or use it to ensure their own success. I believe the same thing could be said with people who are blessed with the ability to attract people solely off the way that they look. They exploit it or use it to their benefit. Oftentimes we'll see someone on social media and they have thousands, millions of subscribers or likes or followers, and it's very little substance. Now, I'm not at all blaming them for their following or their admiration. It's not their fault that they're attractive, but there's no substance behind it. And they recognize the market for it, so they exploit it. And I feel as though as a Christian, if you are blessed with that gift, you can also use that gift to further the kingdom of God. And I'm saying this because I don't think a lot of us think of it that way. I know I didn't, because again, it's not so like clear cut, but I think it's important to recognize that we all, everyday people, have the ability to use our gifts in order to further the kingdom of God. We all have purpose. We can all find purpose in the things that we cannot control. So that is why I'm making this video, to just introduce something to, maybe if you've never thought of it that way or see it that way, that you can use your beauty to honor God. You can use the attention, the admiration, the attraction that you have to people, or that people have to you, to educate them or to spread His gospel to them. And I wholeheartedly believe that that is one of the reasons why He's blessed us or you with such a gift. And again, beauty is subjective, but I think, it goes without saying there is society's beauty standards, and the fact that a girl can post a video of just her face and it goes viral. It gets millions of likes, comments, and shares. That proves the fact that this exists. So, and I also see it as a way of me doing my part. I mean, you might be looking at this and thinking that oh, she's not even that beautiful. But for those of you that do find me beautiful, I am happy to know that if your initial attraction to me was you like the way that I look, thank you. But I had nothing to do with it. It was all through the grace of God, and I want to share my love for Him and how great He is with you. And maybe He can have the same impact on your life as He has in mine. Because one thing I don't think gets talked about enough is that when you are blessed with that gift, the gift of attractiveness, you kind of, especially when it's not your whole personality, you don't identify with it. Because again, I have no control over the way that I look. It can get kind of lonely because it's not sustainable. Beauty isn't sustainable for the most part, because anything can happen. God forbid I get into an accident. God forbid whoever gets into an accident, something bad happens, aging happens, literally anything. You are not going to always look that way. So for people to admire you off of that reason alone, it can kind of mess with you psychologically. So I think this also helps with not identifying with that gift so strongly, and to give it a bigger purpose, a bigger meaning. You know what I mean? So I don't want to make this video too long. I do want to open the comments for discussion, because I'm curious to know what you guys think about this take that I have. I know that I'm not the only person with this take, but I don't see much conversation about it, so I thought I'd just bring it to, or give it some light. I'll give an example of someone who's attracted me, who I was attracted to based off of their physical appearance, and it led to a deeper, more meaningful message I don't know if you guys are familiar with Stephanie Ike. She is a pastor or preacher here on YouTube. I mean, in real life, but I've only ever known her through YouTube. I love her sermons. And initially, I just saw her beautiful face on a thumbnail and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh my God, she is gorgeous. And I listened to her speak and I fell even deeply, like more in love with who she is as a person. So that's an example right there. So I just hope you guys get what I'm saying. You understand. So yeah, if you find yourself as someone who is blessed and you have the gift of attracting people just off the way that you look initially, because again, that's what we're talking about initially, there is a bigger purpose behind that, and you can turn it into you can give it a bigger purpose, and that bigger purpose is to honor God and spread his kingdom, spread his gospel. And yeah.